shit. Wait a minute. I stopped the stream. I hit stop stream instead of start record. Is everybody back? Hello? Can you... Is that just me? Wait, are we okay? Did anybody come back? Hang on. Anybody, can you please tell me if... Oh my gosh. I'm starting my stream in true fashion. This is just absolutely hilarious. Yes, I definitely have to do the complimentary. Oh my God, I pulled it. That's what happens when I'm old and I hit the wrong button. Holy crap! That is just, you know what? That is probably the best way to start this stream. Dedicating this to SB because, she would have been flooding the chat right now, dying with the emotes and stuff. Yep, that's... Oh, shit. All right, here we go. Holy moly is right. Fat fingers strike again. Oof. I haven't laughed all week. Okay, good. Well, I'm glad. I'm glad I could do that for you. I can be that. Oh, before I start, though, God, did you hear this story? This lady... was going to get arrested for a felony. She went and attempted to cut off her husband's, ding, but missed, and it stabbed him in the thigh. So instead of getting arrested for a felony, she got arrested for a misdemeanor. Okay, so anyhow, let's check to see who we have coming up first. Let's, stupid, I'm sorry. Come on. I know it was bad. Oh, here comes. Oh my God, multiple bands. I'm sorry. It was kind of a safe dad joke. I thought that was more than the band. I think those are the most bands I've ever seen. A matter of fact, so many bands, I'm going to have to get a Band-Aid. I'm just saying. Okay, I'm sorry. Yes, the hard drive is started. So yeah, that's just how that's going to be. Stupid. I'm such an imbecile. That's why you guys come and watch me. Just wait for me to fail. All right, guys, here we go. We're going to start with the Dono makeup, of course. Just to let you guys know really quick, I did implement some new rules that we're going to be following in after this stream because a lot of these are left over from well over a month ago. So there's going to be some new limits and stuff. So right now, this first track is 23 minutes, and it was before I implemented these new rules, which I don't need to say right now because I'll bring them on the next time I Twitch out. But this is from Tonto Corazon. And of course, though, he always brings wonderful music to us that's live. Yeah, Poopsie Doodle. It's a long one, but that's... I guess just to give it to you guys in 30 seconds, I made a new rule now that 7 minutes and under is... Wheel of Cheese, and 15 minutes and under is all donos. However, if there are long donos that you really want me to check out and do for you, then we just kind of go offline. We'll talk about it on Discord and plan it out instead of it showing up on the stream. Because what's been happening to me is I get all these, donos, which I'm so grateful and humble to do. But then all of a sudden, if I get one that's like 35 minutes or 30 minutes or 28 minutes or something, I get stressed. And I don't know that I have the bandwidth in my head to listen to that after a long stream. So if I make that a special one. Well, it sounded like I wasn't going to say that when I said I'm not going to tell you what it is earlier, but it looks like I just said it. So that's where we're going with that. Yeah, right. 7 minutes alone is just prog rock intro. You're right. Oh, shit. Okay, here we go. Let's go for Tonto Corazon. And this is, we're going to be listening. Just nice and settle in for here, because here's the beautiful thing once again about Tonto Corazon. He always, whenever he has us listening to music, it's always live. And to me, that makes it also a little more, exciting to be a part of, I get to watch live musicians do their thing. So his message briefly is, hope everybody's doing well. This is Nubya Garcia with some sexy times. Time to vibe out to this fusion of reggae and jazz. You guys ready to do this? We're doing this together. This is Tonto Corazon's song, Nubya Garcia, and the name of the track is Source. Let's go. Drums reminding me a little bit of like Stuart Copeland. Yeah? Like the Police style? I love the little delay on the piano. Subtle but very important, yeah? Even the bass line, very Police. Beautiful turnaround here. And it reminds me of some changes that my uncle would have done in his band Caldera back in the day, back in the 1900s. One of the things I truly appreciate about this is in these sections, how the kick is just square on the eighths. Just as soon as I said that, they changed it a little bit, but... Yes, Alma. So this is that section I'm talking about. When you get back to this and the kick is just holding those eighths. So all the rest of the rhythmical patterns and colors can really fill in, giving us that vibe and that chill sexiness. Ooh, I love the background vocals coming in here. Most of my guitar solo influences actually come from saxophone players and trumpet players. Stan Getz, Miles Davis. Bass player too is just fire. voicing on the piano. Ooh, the bass, what they did right there. And I love how the pianist is giving us these colors by using two different keys. This is right here, it gives me that full Police vibe. Early ones, you know, Regatta Mundata, album-esque. It's just a vibe.
Thank you so much. My name is Nubya Garcia and welcome to our tiny desk at home, but actually on a boat right now. And yeah, I'm super happy to be doing this. We're going to be playing tunes from my brand new album, my debut album, Source. Let me introduce this incredible band with me. Today on drums, Sam Jones. And on double bass, we've got Daniel Casimir. And on keys, we've got Joe Armand-Jones. Special guest today, we have on vocals, Cassie Kanoshi and Richie Sivrai. And once again, my name is Nubya Garcia. Thank you so much. We're going to be playing as much as we can fit in. I hope you enjoy.
I'm sure we will. What do you say in the chat? I'm sure we will enjoy. Reggae-infused style music and stuff like that. I don't think I've ever heard a song that's under 3.5 minutes. They just love to marinate in the rhythms and getting the vibes going and just letting it take over. It has nothing to do with commercialized compositions, unless, of course, the record company made you do it back in the day. Triplet. That. Oh, Lisa, that sounds badass. That must have been good times. Anybody feeling that beat behind it in your head? I did see a mic by the plants, right by the F-hole. I don't know, it looks like a shotgun style condenser. Of everything that's happening, the arrangements that are just phenomenal. I love the choices she's making for her melody. You know, and how she's carrying herself as, you know, the solo instrumentalist through this. Letting it be the long, glidey guide, you know, for the journey. See if the bass player goes back to this one note that he's playing there, the bass, every time he came around to that, see if he does it. Or something like that. And it's hard to make out. Sounds a little dissonant, but it's great. Where are we going to lift from there? That's great. That was wonderful what she did there. God's sakes. The arrangements are phenomenal. I mean, what she's surrounding herself with is just fire. I mean, yeah, I think this could be an amalgamation of a few of her songs. I don't know, based on how she introed it. The hands kept going, but he had to step off so he can breathe, and the hands kept on flying. He goes, oh, gotta get him away, they're gonna run away. Jeez. Very light little pop contemporary vibe-ish there as far as the chords he was choosing to go between. Yes, sir. That was killer. That was pretty shaka-doobies. I'm not familiar with that microphone. What that brand is. Looks like it has a huge diaphragm though. I love that. Very secret agent detective moves in this smoky alley. Puddles on the ground.
Big up, thank you so much. My name is Nubya Garcia. I hope you enjoyed our tiny desk at home on a boat. You've been listening to Sam Jones on drums, Daniel Casimir on double bass, and Joe Armour-Jones on keys, and special guests Richie Sivright and Cassie Kinoshi on vocals. Thank you so much. Yeah, have a good day. Thanks.
So yeah, that's why then we were getting that essence of a lot of changes here, is because it seems like she went through a few of her arrangements on a singular project, so they just weaved it together as a complete piece. Oh, that was fantastic. I loved every bit of that. That was such a wonderful way to start the stream. First, Mini J, how's it? Glad you're enjoying the journey, and welcome here to Twitch. For me, listening to something like this is very Tonto Corazon. He has incredible taste in the things that he sent us to listen to. I'm sure he's not here because it's been a minute since he put this on literally a month ago, and I'm just now getting to it just because of everything that's been going on. But the journey musically all made sense now when she introduced it at the beginning as being kind of like a montage of her tracks that were on a project released individually. The fluidity in between it all, that just goes to masterful arranging with the pianist, the drummer, and the bass player, background vocalist and stuff. Obviously, she has just the most beautiful, nuanced, passionate vibes playing the saxophone. I really did appreciate that, though there could have been a lot of really technical runs that I'm sure is well within her wheelhouse, you know, getting way out there in jazzy. I think that's what we were all talking about. Each one of those musicians could probably fire in ways that are unimaginable. We heard a little taste of it from the pianist. The drummer, his dynamics and performances and change-ups on everything were just so musical. The bass player too, also, he was so in the pocket, the bass player. You know, so he had a lot of wonderful expression, if you would, with the arrangement he chose to play through that, where he could lay back on like the downbeat a little bit and then catch up with some, you know, rhythmical, percussive aspects of his arrangement a little later in the phrasing and stuff. And to me, like I said earlier, in the middle of them playing, her beautiful, long, fluid flow of melody supported by that kind of, you know, arrangements was just phenomenal. That was absolutely perfect. Tonto Corazon, thank you so much for bringing that here to the stream. Once again, that's Nubya Garcia. And this was a tiny desk concert on a boat. I don't know what that meant. Were they actually on a boat? Was that what that was? Anyhow, thank you so much. All right, next up on this Dono makeup session only here on Twitch, I have something coming from our friend Frozen Coca-Cola. And let's see what Frozen Coca-Cola wants us to check out. Looks like we're going to be shifting our earballs a little bit for the genres here. No message here. The band name is Counterparts. And the name of the song is A Martyr Left Alive. No Lamb Was Lost. Are you guys ready? Let's go. They're entirely fictitious. I told you this was going to be a little different.
We've lost blood. No sacred skin remains above our waiting grave. On faith and what fate say.
God, that chuggy, genty guitar sounds insane. Nice and ballsy without giving up the high edge there, high end. Is this one of those bands that doesn't have a bass player? Sounds like it might be. God, I love when they do this with the clean tones. In the middle of just such heavy tracks to give us a moment to breathe. Drums sound phenomenal. Engineering wise. Like this, hear what they're doing rhythmically? So Lisa, that's why I was going, is this two guitars, no bass? Because I'm missing that little bit of the bottom end of the mix. I mean, it's still ball crushing, but they try to do the animals as leaders thing. Sometimes I miss that nice little boost at about 1500. A little slope there. But I always love these arrangements when these bands like this that are so gnarly with their metal give us a little bit of a moment of letting us peak, if you know what I mean. Oh, great coming on that fill. I can't help but visualize that SB would be chair moshing mad on this track. Yeah? This is a great section of the track right here. Musically, what they're doing here. I think because maybe they're giving me a second to breathe in between all that heavy riffage. Engineer in the gate. You know if you know.
I can't
that, Judgment.
I kill to keep them both alive.
Damn. That was a hell of a banging track. What a follow-up from the first track that we had opened up. Completely rattled the pillars of sense between Nubya Garcia and Counterparts coming in with the people's elbow here. This released a year ago, it seems like. One of the things that I focused in on earlier, and Lisa and I were kind of bebopping back and forth, talked about a little bit, is that, you know, we've come across a few bands that don't have bass players in them, or maybe for a project don't have one in there because of like the 8-string, you know, journey of metal. And then who knows, there could be an octave pitch down. I think for as much work as they did with their riff and everything, it was phenomenal. The track was phenomenal, full stop. Video, I really didn't put it all together. I wasn't spending a lot of time on the video, obviously. But I think for myself, the only thing that is missing in that is just that bottom end. Even if the bass is just doing completely unison, you know, whether it be just a grindy, dirty, nasty bass tone, or even a clean one for that matter, it wouldn't matter. Just to give me a little bit of a bump on that. They also did a couple of really nice shifts with the cleaner tones in their guitars. I really am drawn into bands that do that, because for me, that just shows a little deeper dynamics of the anger and the intensity that they're pushing through with their lyrics and their vocals. They pull back for a second. And plus, you never know. For me, in my journey on this channel and listening to so many music like this in particular, you just never know, especially since it's a first journey for me generally most of the time, when you get to hear another part of the lead singer's voice in a different tone. You never can tell. Anyhow, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's how I feel about it. Okay, next up. Oh, it's Lisa. Lisa wants us to listen to a track. Okay, hang on. Let me clear myself of the peanut M&Ms really quick, because I'm going to read what Lisa has here. Give me a second. Oh, so Sir Ghost Worm. Oh, I like what you said there and how you said that. All right. So let's get into this. So first of all, hi Lisa, how are you? Yeah. So her message is, you know, if you ever get me for a playlist, half of it will be this album in total, almost like 30 minutes. LOL. Don't worry, it's not 30 minutes. As short as this track is, I think encompasses the reason that it's my favorite album of all time, bar none. This is such an amazing debut album that DBS, by the way, Death by Stereo, released in 1999, and the moment I picked it up, I couldn't stop listening to it. This track, I think, emphasizes why the album hooked me. Yes, it's hardcore punk and metal as heck, but the way this track is written and composed is so reminiscent of how musical theater songs are put together. It blows my mind how you could take such hard music and make it sound like something off Broadway construction wise. The whole album flows like a musical, with this track in particular being an 11 o'clock number, which is a musical theater term. And I think that it makes the album a must listen to any punk or metalcore fans, or musical theater fans for that matter. This is a bit of ADHD going on, and they never stick to one single riff in the track for long. There are some amazing bass lines, and the track just doesn't let up after it starts and has 8 or 9 distinct movements in just 2 short minutes. Wow. Okay, so that means every 10 minutes, every 15 minutes, something's going to flip. Progressive, theatrical punk, as if those things ever mixed. Yet here it is. Hope you all enjoy. I have the lyrics here that I'm going to be reading on the side. This is from Lisa, and the name of the band is Death by Stereo. The name of the track is Fooled by Your Smile. You guys ready? Let's go. All right. get the lyrics straight here. Ooh, nice little skip to my loo there with the kick drum. Wow.
I keep on trying, I keep on thinking, I keep on dying, I keep on singing, I keep on pushing, I keep on moving, I keep on losing, I keep on bruising, I keep on hating, I keep on waiting, I keep on thin.
This is the day ever come out with a video for this? I mean, it deserves that music theater kind of approach to it. God, so punchy, the kick.
Man, we all know you're a fake. Point out the obvious for a living. You don't even need to. Get off the digits and make our hands free. Don't push my buttons. We all can drink. We'll get them dirty. Bunch of wood and body. Now get the fuck out. This is my
Damn.
my God. Set your record straight. You got a lot of proof. You got a lot of weight. 40 MCs. You got a lot of clout. 40 MCs. Put your head out.
Okay, so that was the end of the track. You were so right. That thing fried so fast in 2 minutes. They did obviously stay in their key change zone, but they shifted production like 6 different times in there. The essence of the track, the vocalists, the power of the mix and everything consistent through and through, but that was definitely a Heimlich maneuver, a series of Heimlich maneuvers into different, how was to say, emotional textures. Textures is not a really good word to use for that. Maybe fire pits, different charred embers of this track. But it sounded so freaking clean and it was so musical. I think somebody had earlier said, God, this doesn't even sound like punk, in the sense that kind of what you said, the musical quality of it and stuff like that. And they definitely have got percussive skills with their instruments. The drum sound, I'm sure, because you're an engineer, so you know. The engineering of that was paramount in the power, even though they were fully punked up. The engineering on that was just absolutely phenomenal. The drums were so freaking punchy. The bass was so crystal clear in its own little pocket. And, of course, the guitars were flaming. This guy's vocals, though, he is so charismatic in a punk kind of way. Is there such a thing as saying it that way? Adding the two, charisma, punk. But this, without a doubt, fully worthy of your description as far as, like, musical theater. And I think because I read that before I played it, I was kind of running that in my head. That's why I automatically said, yeah, you're right. And I was going, God, there should be a video to this. That would be pretty crazy. But yes, thank you so much, Lisa, and hanging out. And thank you for, also being everything that you bring into the stream as well with your knowledge and everything. So I appreciate that very much. That was pretty shockadoobies. Let me see who's up next. Give me a second here. I'm sorry, I made a little mistake. Okay, next up is from Judgment Kazi. Wow, talk about these extreme jumps that we've been going through, right? From that jazzy, sultry all the way to the heavy metal. We went into punk. Now we're going into another style of music of which I am such a fan of this particular artist because her quality of vocals and her everything that she is. But Judgment Kazi wants us to listen to Ado. Anybody who knows of Ado, this artist from Japan, and the kind of arrangements she swirls around and how she sings, it's mind-numbing. Let me see. Here's the request message. Hey, Jeebs, I know I had a dono locked and loaded with you, but when this dropped today, I had to make the tactical swap and let you hear the absolute glory that is Otto's new track, Vivarium. Also, see if you can't figure out by the end what is so special about this music video. Oh, great. You're putting me on task? What the hell? Can't fun it. All right, everybody. Like I said, Otto, without a doubt, has become one of my most favorite artists to listen to. I like the mystique of who she is, really not ever really seeing who she is and how she performs. Everything from her visuals of her concerts or whatever she does, all the way to her vocal performances are outstanding. I'm really looking forward to this. So everybody, let's get it together here. This is Otto's latest release called Vivarium. So I'm so pumped for this. I'm just going to shut up and I'm just going to, in awe, go, let's do this for Otto. All right. Jeez, was not expecting this start. Barely gives us a look. God, the frantic bass and drums behind this. Wow. Got that Tim Henson math rock thing going on. So much passion and drive in her vocal performance. Nice. Oh, background vocals. She's hitting those notes too. Jungle drum and bass vibe here. Fully digging that. Oh, the franticness of that math rock vibe too is pretty intense, Amon. Wow. Throwing in kind of that cut time vibe. Her voice. Hear the pattern? Well, it sounds like it could be. yet, I don't think. Still got a little bit going, a little more gas on the pedal here. Lately, all these videos are putting up credits and stuff like that. That is just, I don't know what to make of this. Judgment, you and also, who else was really big on bringing it in? I think it was Kebab Seller. Also, let me find a nice little stop here for... the Kebab Seller also was the very first one, I think, to bring Otto. I'm not too sure. It doesn't really matter. It is such an experience to listen to her. I feel like I'm just at the very needle nose tip of what is the future of music or something, just breaking, sound barriers, no pun, in what the producers, the arrangers, her as an artist, her vocal capabilities, taking them and stretching them and melding different genres together, math rock, jungle, drum and beat kind of vibes in there. Really super frantic arrangements that really complemented what she does the best, which her vocal abilities give so many possibilities. It's like, what can't you do, with an artist like Otto as far as the composition? I think we've heard just about everything from her, from softer ballady type works all the way to something as aggressive and massive as this. I think it's tremendous. I hate to sound like this or put myself out there as the the quintessential, old guy. These are not the singers you're looking for. But at the end of the day, to hear artists like Otto and her producers and arrangers and composers and musicians just kill it, I'm so pumped to be around to be able to hear it. That's all I have to say. I don't have much more I can really hit in on that. What I am curious about is, I'm going to say, I guess that was her in the video. Is she giving us little glimpses of what she looks like, I guess? I don't know. That's part of the mystique of her being an artist, is never really seeing anything. And now we're starting to, see little glimpses with that, which is really bizarre because today's day and age with AI, you can never know if an AI thing can look at that and match it. And, maybe that starts a whole craze in of itself. But anyhow, thank you so much, Kaz, for that. That was such a sick drop. I so appreciate that. Just mind-numbing. Okay, next up. This is coming in from Shotwell. Looks like we're going to go back into some metal. Our little buddy here on the profile, his name is Shotwell. I wish I could just request a whole album. Maybe one day I will. Because I think the legitimately flawless, but this is the highlight of it for me. I've wanted to share more from this band for a while here. So once again, Shotwell here, dropping in here on the Kados, some metal here, and it looks like what it's going to be. The band is Fallujah. The name of the track is Step Through the Portal and Breathe. You guys ready? Let's go. Hey, Shotwell, how are you? Ooh, I'm already loving how this is starting. Nice. I'm feeling a Phrygian chip jar coming out. Picking technique. Damn. God, the drummer's on the Gatling gun kick mission. God, those tones on the guitars are phenomenal. Ooh. like that they give us a little bit of melody there. Let's pull us out of the pocket of the heaviness of the performance of the lead singer. I hear a clean tone back there of sorts. That's what I was hearing. I knew I heard it. My ears weren't off. So that's the bass player, it sounds like, but I don't see him here. Love this section. Kind of gives me that chest out power flying through, like conquer everything. A lot of trickery in the engineering going on here, which is great. Do we hear some Frisian? Hello. I love the intervals that's happening here in the solo. Great vibe there rhythmically on the solo. Good switch up on the engineering here. Ooh. And also the way the guitar arrangements are changing here. God, the musicianship is just otherworldly. I listen to musicians like this, guitar players like this, and I just want to turn around and make my guitar into a coffee table, you know? Loving this area right here, this part of the song. That was such a great piece of the track. Nice voicing on those chords that were playing underneath that lead work. Love the pads, it's happening in the back. That was a brilliant track. I mean, I said a lot over the, over the play. The musicianship is phenomenal. I got to lean into really quick that precision in the sixteenths on the chugginess. I to this day, there's no two ways about it. I know that they're doing it. There's not trickery happening, but I'm just wondering in the back of my head. I mean, there just must be like some really super intense gating, which I know is part of the process. It's not a boo-hoo thing, or it's not that you're not doing your musicianship due diligence and hitting your notes correctly and stuff, but the consistency, the amount of volume, if you would, or the attack and everything is just phenomenal. Every single one of these guys were completely on fire. The vocalist, of course, when it comes to that style of singing and stuff, I'm really going to rely more on his cadence and his rhythm performance, obviously, than tonally, because I do understand the growling, pig squealy voice thing, very paramount part of the performance. But then when they glide in and out of things that have just a little bit of vocal context to the back as far as melody, to me, that's a real, like, solid effort to bring in these other essence of their abilities into a song to give it more of a journey that you can really glide through. Like I said, speaking of gliding, they got to a place, I think, where I was saying, oh, God, this is so powerful. It's making it feel like I've just been in battle, and then whoosh, flying and gliding and getting my strength back in to dive back in kind of a vibe. But there was that 20 seconds, 28 seconds, maybe 30 seconds towards the very end where I really appreciated that part of the arrangement. I kind of needed, I wanted to hear that a little bit just to give me a little bit of the break. All of the, I think it's 2 solos or maybe lead work. I think the other one was, the last one was more not solo, more lead melodic composition. Not saying that he didn't, obviously write or really work out the solo that the first one that we heard. The tones of the guitar are just phenomenal. And everything. This was great. We've listened to Fallujah before, and please keep bringing them back in the house. And I think Popsy Doodle, I don't know who said it, but apparently they're on Twitch. So if anybody is a Twitch friend of theirs, tell them I said, how's it? I love their music. And this will go up on YouTube at some point, and it'll be there. If they're interested in what an old fart sitting on a little speck of land in the middle of the Pacific thinks about their music, I'm just saying. Next up, Hardcore is coming in. Very vibey song about being afraid and running away from change, from what has to happen, but then realizing that you were actually ready all along. Last 1 minute is just eargasm. All right. So let's do this. This is coming in from Hardcore. Oh, I love this band. I haven't listened to enough of them, so I'm glad you're bringing this in, Hardcore. This is Tame Impala. The name of the track is Let It Happen. Let's go. Swimming in kind of like an existential crisis. And they pull that mix like that. I love this style of composition. of that, kind of like a dream pop. Is that what they call it? Kind of, I'm thinking of something psychedelic-y dream pop kind of thing. I love this, every bit of it. I love how the bass line is mirroring this melodic arrangement here too. And kind of like that saturated compression on the kit. I like that as a juxtaposition with the dynamics. Tricky vocoder background vocals or vocals here. That sound kind of just dropped in for a minute, just to reshape it a little bit. I like that they brought that arrangement back in. It was very catchy. So true, Alma. Psilocybin soundtrack for sure. With a fade. And I love how the video was phenomenally shot up against this track. It sounds phenomenal. And it looked phenomenal. What a great track. I loved the fact that actually, there's a comment that somebody said here that I really liked what they use. I think it was Poopsie had said how they use the canvas of empty space in a lot of their tracks, which I don't know about, but then that's because you know the band, obviously, but that's what I was kind of looking for to say something about this. There was a lot of spaciness, ethereal, ambient kind of precedence with it. Something was always gliding back there. Even though they changed the tone of it, there was always something gliding in the background that are just whole notes to the chord changes and stuff like that. Or, you know, an arrangement back there that kept everything going, which was really kind of the opposite of that compressed, saturated drum kit sound. So you had this slight distortion going on with that, but you had the glassiness and the glide of everything and the tone of the voice. Wonderful vocals, great melody. A nice saturated use of reverbs pretty much through and through on the vocals. Then at the very end, there was that one little thing that came, da, 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 something of that nature there. I said, that's a really nice melody. Odd tone to choose, but I was thinking, okay, they were just going to just come in and out with that, like I said, and they brought it right back in. I thought that was really super important. What a great track. It's been a long time since I've listened to Tame Impala. I don't get that as, I don't think I've gotten that as much as a suggestion of, let's say, than like Tool, you know, for my Decomposer Lounge, but that was a great track. Yes, sir. Okay, who's up next? All right, this is from Caving. So Caving, let's see, a soft song that I hadn't really found the time to request. A soft song, thank you, very chill, soft song. After hearing the most unfortunate news this past week, yes, it seemed like this might be a more fitting time for this request. The song's meaning is a little all over from what I've been able to find, as is the issue of having to translate songs from different languages. However, interpretation is to each listener. Close your eyes, listen to the music, and drift in for a bit. And so Caving is having us listen to the artist or the band Kino, Kino, and the name of the track is Calm Night. All right, look forward to this. getting a little bit of a Rammstein vibe on this. I don't know if you guys are hearing it. I don't know if that's because of the tone of the voice or the enunciation of the language or something. Typo, that's what I was thinking of. Sorry, you're right. The arrangements are very hypnotic. The occasional drift from the pattern. Nice little strum right there on the guitar, on the electric. You know, it's the bass that's also moving this forward, as straightforward as the line that he's playing, or she. I mean, the production definitely mirrors very much the artwork here. Dark, cold, unknown. But it does have kind of a lift to it. I love the meandering dirt guitar in the back. Duty of moving it forward. Yeah, I see your connection caving. Yeah. Love the track, love the vibe that I got from it and the vibe that it put me into. That dark, sad, calling, heaviness, but supported in a beautiful way. There were, the chords, not all the chords were in the minor. I think it was in a minor key, but then of course not all minor. I mean, in minor keys there are major chords, and so there was always a little bit of kind of like it's not 100% dreary and sad on the way through. I also love that they kept the arrangement patterns identical through the whole track. There was a little additional arrangement with the distorted guitar that came in probably at about the 4th minute, or almost halfway through, that added to it. But as far as what the guitar player started working on, pretty much stayed to the game of the arrangement. The more dominant electric guitar with the longer delay that we heard primarily in the mix, that stayed consistent. The tone of the lead singer and everything, and the energy also stayed very consistent. So it was just kind of this reflective state of being somber, I guess, apparently dedicated to this person here who had passed away too as well. So I saw that little tie-in when you put in your message, and that kind of vibe with SB and stuff like that. So thanks for dropping that in, Kaven. That was great. All right, one more track, and then I'm done. Once again, I'm not doing any Wheel of Cheese today. I noticed some people did drop a few in there, but I'm not going to be hitting that. But I will be discussing something at the end of this after this song, so we can get ready for March and have ourselves a nice run. Okay, so stand by. This last track of 37 minutes, and no, I'm just kidding. No, the track is 37 minutes, but there's timestamps here I'm going to listen to, so don't worry about it. That was it. We are very familiar with Nujabes. The name of the song is Lovesick Part 4. Original was composed by Nujabes, who is considered godfather of the lo-fi hip-hop, who passed away in 2010. This this live cover tribute by the original rapper. Oh, I see. Let me see. Rapper Shing O2, band Oma, and Yomo Hiroto. So, let's see. It starts at 17. Okay, stand by for a second. Let's see if it'll auto start with the time or not. If I've got to scooch over and see what happens here. Let's see what happens. I think I might have to auto scooch just to 17. Oh, there we go. Let's do this. All right. Done for me already, because old man fail. Here we go. I love that he's performing over this beautiful melody that they're playing back there. Listen how smooth that bass line is. Second and third to fourth dimension, rising about the waist that hold us captive to a square where the line and captain cruises have Paris, Capelix, Sapphire, water, fire, but we can fly. And I love how the rapper's performance so complements the dynamics of the music. Sideways, they blaze in essence. Meet each other in the undefined galaxies of uncharted nebulas. Her joy of a spill mill kind of quill. Lavender, woman in the fabric of a calendar. Dress up at the end of October. Give thanks in the happy November. Yeah, I got a little eye twitch on that one chord change there. I don't know if that was me. Bass sounds so nice too, so present in the mix. Ooh, nice dynamics on that.
Way took my hand, I couldn't hide it. Way to deny it. Tried riding cool, but applied to write it. Wouldn't fight it. Have a watch pause when I put my lips in the eyelids. The last second, deposit in the memory bank. Every chance I pocketed a cent and blank check. With your signature, false on in the curvature. Lone harbinger, with toy play, coy like fish in the pond. Over, so pump like this. Life is short like a dog on leash. Views in an open circuitry that got struck by lightning. Hanging painted on the wall over the writing. Burn up the roof for a private dining. Increase the piece of seeds that ain't tiny. Spread love and see the whole society. You got me shooting over a tangent like I always do when I'm on the fringe. And the tally of the letters will reach the valley where the wings will seek. A series of tracks like a number of October. Give thanks to the family November. Yo, October goes December. And we back to the origins of late movie keys. Snowflakes in January. Hot roll like February. Wouldn't ordinarily. Rush your drum, play a fool like April. Play the best dance in the judo battle. Power of the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know, injustice. In the new semester, back in September. Boy, I wonder if you still remember.
And that bass player's putting a lot of feel into his lines.
Let me hear something, Christian. Let's go.
Listening to this is important. I'm going to say something about this at the end.
Snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Wouldn't ordinarily march to the drum, play a fool like April. Made the best dance in the Juno bridal. Power of the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know, it's just us. In the new semester, back September. Boy, I won the last one, yeah. Snowflakes in January, hot warm like February. Wouldn't ordinarily march to the drum, play a fool like April. Made the best dance in the Juno bridal. Power of the world, Julius and Augustus. All you know, it's just us. In the new semester, back September. Boy, I wonder if you still remember.
That was so well done. One of the things that I want to ring into is that, you know, the pattern that they were playing was very well produced, many layers. So when Lisa had said something about, you know, maybe the soprano sax not being as much as a Ginsu knife, I think maybe that could have been what it is, because the soprano sax, or the Kenny G sax as most people would know it, can be kind of, you know, it cooks, but if you play it with the kind of dynamics that this musician was playing it with, very lower amount of air that was, you know, being used. But when I saw the guitar player kind of coming in to kind of support the same lines, kind of dancing around it, I think one of the things for me, in agreeing with what Lisa said, at least in this mix, is that there was the piano doing the same melody as the soprano sax and the guitar, with a little bit of that dusty tone to it. So I think all in with the blend really sounded super smooth. Still, you know, sounded the sexiness that the track was giving in its performance. Bass player was just having the best time of his life. He had so many fun little neck slides and, you know, dives back into his notes and stuff like that. you know, that without a doubt, that bass thing gives you the head thing that does this, you know, all of a sudden, ouch. I'm too old for that sort of stuff. Anyhow, well, that was the stream for today. As I said earlier, I wanted to